What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Learn Crypto, presented by Wyckoff SMI. My name is Nick Hellman.
I'm Todd Butterfield.
Man, we're seeing another red day today. We have a couple articles that might have led to some of the FUD and some of the downturn. We're hoping we can break out of it. I got two coins that I'm going to look at fundamentally. Todd's going to do his TA charts as usual. And then if you guys didn't catch the show yesterday, if you leave a comment after the show is over, just make sure to have your Twitter handle in there. And on Friday, there's going to be one winner from every live show that I'm going to give some free red coin with the tip red coin bot over on Twitter. So make sure to do that, guys.
And we got a couple students graduated, so.
Do you have those names in front of you?
Let's start the show. Run.
With a common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
Welcome to the crypto. We're trading every day. Listen to the Todd Father and everything makes
Third
sense.
place, you're
You
fired.
gotta remember what you see. Don't be a Gary. If you want that pork blaster, here's the place to be. At Learn Crypto. Welcome to Learn Crypto. We'll make you rich. We're gonna ride that.
It's suitable that the bear on the desk is twice as big as the bulls. That's why we got two bulls over here, too.
Right.
You want to start with the graduates, Todd? Or
What's going on, guys? Yeah, I don't have their certificates brought up. I'm having an issue finding them. But we do have two graduates. We got Leon Trading and the 444.
444.
The 444. Shout out to those two. Leon Trading, the 444.
Hopefully you guys print off your certificates, hang them proudly, make some good trades, become part of the growing community. If you guys didn't know, we do have a cryptocurrency trading course over at learncrypto.io. So if you want to join that growing alumni list, what are we up to now? Like 900 alumni over there?
Right around 900.
Go ahead and check it out.
And let me say something else. I forgot, because at Wyckoff SMI, we're doing really nice certificates now that we're shipping out to graduates, and we're going to also offer that to past graduates of Learn Crypto. So the wife's trying to get that put together. So if you want a better certificate for your wall, we're going to figure that out.
Perfect.
That's all I got.
Guess we'll start with the usual cryptocurrency market cap, and we'll kind of go from there and see what's going on.
Let's do it.
Any thoughts on Insignia or Ignis? Essentially, if you had the next in there, you got a 0.5 to 1 ratio airdrop of Ignis today. I have just read over the article briefly. I don't really know much about that token, but hey, you can't complain with free coins. And I think you had to own next over on Bittrex during the snapshot. I think was December 28th. You had to own that in order to get the half Ignis per next token you had. I might look into that, since I know we do have some PCG clients and people in this community that do own it now. I'll just keep an eye out for some new news and a roadmap.
So we need some funeral music after today.
Yeah,
Right.
I need funeral music after this whole week or two.
That's not even
Well,
funny.
we went below $500 billion after we had some FUD coming in the markets today. We went back up to around $525 billion, and now it looks like we're settling back around $503 billion. We got Bitcoin at 10,139. Ethereum is still holding over $1,000. If Ethereum doesn't go below 1,000 now, I think it's just that's gonna be, you know, like the mark for Ethereum. It's always gonna be above that. Neo at 144, Litecoin at 166, Stellar trying to get back to 50 cents. EOS is back below $12 at 11.45. Do we got any green coins today? We got a couple. That Ignis airdrop is up 15%, obviously because it just hit the exchanges. We got Revane, never really looked into that one. That's new to the top 100 at up 41%. Siren Labs token up 15%. And that's about it for the day. We got Syndicator, which we talked a lot about, at 22 cents. I mean, obviously, I'm sure Todd will look at that on the charts, but I'm liking it fundamentally at that price point if you guys are interested. We've talked about VeChain on the channel. I still think this might be a little overvalued with a 2.76 billion valuation. But that's just my opinion. Do your own research. Some of the FUD that might have come into play, you guys probably have heard it by now, but U.S. regulators subpoenaed the crypto exchange Bittrex and Tether. Essentially, U.S. regulators are scrutinizing one of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchanges. Oh, we got an advertisement playing here.
What'd that come in for?
I don't know. That was a little Trump advertisement or something, and we don't need any of that on here. Questions mount over digital token linked to its backing. I think me and Todd kind of have the same opinion on this. First of all, this subpoena was given to them, rumors, was in December or December 6th, so it's been around for a while. They've printed more Tether since the subpoena happened, so if it was a big issue, you think they'd be like, hey guys, let's maybe not do some more illegal things here and print more Tether.
Right.
We're kind of not worried about it as of now. We're kind of just playing it by ear. You know the risk of holding the Tether, but it's pegged to the dollar, and we're just doing our thing. We still have USD Tether. I still have some in my portfolio. I know we still have some PCG clients' portfolios as a hedge against the market. For days like this, you get to deploy it at cheap prices. Another one, people were saying that Bitcoin Ether drop as cryptocurrency rules go live in South Korea. So if you guys didn't know, they were making, in a document published on January 23rd, South Korea's Financial Services Commission said it would only allow trade in cryptocurrencies from established name bank accounts beginning January 30th. So obviously you had to be a citizen of South Korea. They were trying to get away from the VPN stuff, and they wanted to do this for anti-money laundering purposes and all the other stuff that they're doing. You also had an age restriction, so you have to be over 18 years old, which I know a lot of cryptocurrency traders are below the age of 18. So this all went into effect today, beginning January 30th. And then lastly, this one I don't think had much of an impact at all, but people are making a big deal of it on Facebook. Facebook bans all ads for Bitcoin, ICOs, and other cryptocurrency. Some people were saying, oh, maybe they're making their own coin or this and that. I think they're just trying to protect their users from, scams and shills and all that stuff. I know people on Facebook are usually very new to the ecosystem and are therefore very prone to getting scammed and losing a lot of money or sending somebody their private keys and doing all that. So, I mean, obviously people can still reach out and message you. There's still crypto groups, but I don't think they're not going to let any advertisements so people don't get scammed on the back end. Those are kind of the three stories that I found that I think helped with the FUD today and caused the market to drastically drop. None of them I don't think me or Todd are overly concerned with. I don't think they really mean very much. That's why I'm kind of surprised that happened. Hopefully we're finding a bottom somewhere down here and we can get this bull market going again. I know a lot of people on YouTube and stuff are all thinking early February that the bull market's going to get heating back up again. I hope they're right, because I don't know about you guys, but these past 2 weeks have been rough. Just the sideways, up and down. But, it is what it is. We got to move forward. So I guess that's all for me to start. We'll see what Todd's got going over here on the charts.
I'm ready to go. I got the 15-minute Bitcoin up. We talked about still the triangle with possibly result of the downside. It came down for a D, and then the E is not very, you can see the E would have been on a very small time frame. I don't like the look of that, but that's the only way to label it if it is a triangle. There is some alternatives that the A was the first rally off the low, and then we've gone sideways for an ABC, and maybe we're making a major low here. So I don't know. A lot of other way people will say we fell out of the triangle. It's counted like I have here, and we're headed to below the 9,200 for hopefully a more of a lasting low if we can't turn it around right here. And then let's go to Ethereum, which is a different chart pattern. I showed that on here. We've had a triangle shown here with the green trend lines, and then the first rally out would have been the 1, and then this is coming into a 2. That needs to hold the 975 level, which is the E level. So far, we're doing that here. But we're going to need Bitcoin to dig in for that to start. Let's go to another, what's been a stronger one, NEO. Same type of chart pattern as Ethereum. A 1-2 out of this. So those two charts still look good. We got, let's go to Ethereum Classic. Some sell volume coming in here. You can see down at the bottom. Still holding the levels that we've talked about before. Let's go to OMG, not doing as well. We talked about that being a little bit weaker than some of them, along with Ripple. Ripple not doing well here at $1.07. So those are kind of the weak coins in front of us. And then we've got ADA once again getting dragged down, still holding previous lows, so no trouble yet. And what else here we should go over right now? Let's Quantum 3578, trying to hold in. We've got XLM, had a nice rally off the low and has given up some here with Bitcoin's weakness, obviously.
People are wanting to see Neo.
ZRX $1.58, trying to hold some gains.
Fresh Two Salt says, damn, all alts are taking a hit. Buy if you got a chance. I mean, if you have the extra USD tether, or if you got USD, there's some good prices out there on some of these stronger coins. I mean, if you guys are afraid of the tether thing, now you should be spending it now more than ever.
Right. I went over Neo. I'll throw it back up here real quick. That's the chart with the triangle pattern, the 1-2 out of it. Really need to hold the 122.50 level. That's where the triangle ended.
Crypto blockchain, we've talked about the ZCL and Bitcoin private fork. We have a whole episode about it where we talked about it, and then all the previous episodes we talked about as well as yesterday. I don't want to go into too much detail because I know out of these 250 people watching that a lot of them are repeat customers, or they watch a lot, so I don't want to go into too much detail, but if you want to check that out after the show, go for it.
Kevin here is ARK, ARK, USD. We talked about this before. I mean, we had support at 4. It came down and checked that again. Right up to 770 or so. Still trying to hold in. I mean, that chart pattern still looks good. If Bitcoin falls here, some of these coins are just going to probably spring trading ranges.
Barry said if you don't hurry up and go up, I'm going to miss my own wedding.
Now the wife would be happy about that.
Oh, man. She's not a wife yet. I think that's what he's saying. She's leaving you.
She's going to somebody that trades stocks. Forget crypto. Get her. That's too funny.
All right, I'm going to take a look at this first coin. Get it out of the way.
All right.
First one I wanted to go over was Walton Coin, Walton Chain. Several people in the community wanted me to look at it. Obviously, this is similar to some of the other coins that we have looked at. Its competitors are VeChain and Wabi for the most part. We've talked about VeChain and Wabi in its own episode if you want to go refer back to that. The reason I'm going back over this is this kind of came out before the competitors came out. It had a lot of people behind it, a lot of hype behind it, and kind of fizzled out for a little while. It recently had some new news and new partnerships coming out, and it's been on a tear. Essentially, it uses RFID technology combined with its own blockchain to provide a logged record of distributed public ledger in order to reduce and eliminate inventory management issues. If you guys don't know what RFIDs are, they're a technology in which you can place it on any object, and it can read that object from a distance. So with UPC code, somebody has to physically scan all the boxes, and then that tracks the inventory, and then when it sells, you scan it again. With the RFIDs, they set up almost like checkpoints. When the truck comes to deliver all the product, then all those RFID chips on this product actually ping those checkpoints, and the inventory is automatically uploaded to the ledger, uploaded to the blockchain, and then can be traced for the rest of its life, as well as providing all the information, where it's been, how long it's been, how it was made, and all that. Apparently, they hold patents on their own RFID technology that they claim will cost less than 5 cents each, weigh less than 1/100th of a gram, and it will allow for the tracking of any object. So they're saying it can be used for food, for clothing, any kind of logistics material, commercial material. So that's what they're planning on. Like I said, we've talked about VeChain. My opinion on our RFID is that It is a very pertinent technology. It's one that has an actual use case on the blockchain system. It's one that's going to help a lot in many different industries, commercial down to produce, all the way back to the consumer. So there is going to be a winner. The problem is, how do you choose out of these three and other ones that are coming onto the market, that who's going to grab most of the market share and which one's going to actually apply what they say? The problem that I do have with the Walton is, if you look up here, their white paper went into a ton of detail about what RFID technology is and their own proprietary RFID chip, but they didn't go into a lot of aspect of why it's so important to be on the blockchain, how they're going to start their implementations, who they're targeting first, and how they're going to expand to the global economy. So that kind of interests me, and maybe it's a translational thing because everything was written in Chinese. It's based out of China and then was translated over to English. But I really wasn't picking up on that. I think they spent too much time on just the RFID technology, which a lot of people in this area already kind of know what it is since they're familiar with VeChain and Wabi. Their coin does have some decent value propositions, though. Essentially, Walton's coin's main functions include issuing subchains, credit and mortgage systems, dividend interest. When they say dividend interest, essentially it's a masternode coin. So if you set up a masternode, then you get paid residual income off that masternode. The problem with it was the last masternode they did, I think they did a snapshot, and you had to have 5,000 Walton Chain coins. So I don't know about you guys, but at these price points, I'm not going to own a Walton Chain masternode, but that is one of its paying proponents. And then lastly, it's distributed asset exchange and decentralized exchange and distributed voting and governance system. So you can swap these out over their decentralized exchange as well, from business to business or inventory to producer. So, I mean, it's an interesting coin. I kind of just wanted to touch base on it again because some of the people were asking about it. I'm sure you guys heard about this, like a month or two ago when it was really in the hype cycle. I'm going to let Todd look at the TA. I think at these price points, it's still a little steep. It just had that run up due to a little bit of news, but up to $46, and we're down to $32, so it has come back quite a bit. And then I'm also going to link this over in my Twitter for you guys. I dug this up, and it kind of is a really good layover of what the value propositions for Walton Chain is. It shows you all their business partnerships and how much market cap those partnerships have that they're choosing to try and grab. It shows you all the government projects they have. So this is just a really good summary of the positives that Walton Chain has and all their partnerships. So after the show, I'm going to go ahead and just link this on my Twitter if you guys want to take a deeper look at Walton Chain, or if you're interested in trying to gather some more information. You got that chart up over there, Tom?
Yep. WTC 2-hour Bitcoin chart. I mean, even today's sell-off is doing nothing to it, bringing it back down to probably another high-level triangle here. So that's probably what we've had today. I would guess probably we're ready to try the upside again.
Somebody said, guys, BTC is dumping 9,900 at the moment.
Or we'll spring these levels again and go higher. So yeah, Bitcoin was at 9,900, so it's where it's been setting.
I mean, Walton Chain is sitting at an $800 million market cap compared to VeChain is like $2.7 billion. So if you're comparing them as direct competitors, I mean, it's still a cheap choice. And if they really do have a patent on their own RFID, they kind of had first mover advantage on VeChain, and they'll have first mover advantage on their proprietary RFID chip or whatever you want to call it. So that could have good outlook.
And we got VeChain, VEN, BTC, another good chart, continuing to higher highs and higher lows.
Yeah,
so,
Walmart is not associated, or Walton Chain is not associated with Walmart. It's actually based out of China. It's just one of those coincidences that I guess people try to put together.
And the stock market has sold off quickly today, like 369, I think it was at the finish. Is that affecting cryptos? I would think it's helping probably pull it down as well. I think any money leaving stocks probably now is affecting cryptos a little bit. At some point, I would think it would probably help cryptos because somebody's going to have to figure out a way to make some money. And going back to Bitcoin and these things, I think would be the answer. How do you short the market with all this tether FUD? I mean, go into real USD would work, or short the futures. I mean, short the futures to protect your crypto portfolio.
Shout out to David. Hey guys, 60-year-old newbie, you guys are the best in the crypto shows. You'll only get better why watch the rest when you can watch the best?
Appreciate that, David.
Shout out to you. You just got a wrench too. I haven't seen your name scroll across, so I don't know if you're just one of those guys kind of hanging out in the background all the time.
Cool,
but
David.
Feel free to ask questions. The people in the community can help you. We'll try to help you, and we'll get you well on your way. We do
Neo,
also
Ethereum, Bitcoin, I think all those still got to be good here. So.
Yeah, we also do have a crypto private client group where we can manage your money through trading APIs. So if you want more information on that or a trading course, it's all in the description below.
CryptoPCG.com.
Yeah, all right, well, I guess I'll just jump over to the other coin I was going to look at today.
That's cool.
Now, this one did catch my attention. Somebody brought it up yesterday. I didn't know a ton about it. I watched some videos on it, and it is affiliated with Neo, which obviously we like. And this is Trinity Network Credit, TNC. I don't know if you're in here. I don't know who brought it up yesterday. But I do own a holding in Neo, and I do stake it for gas as well. And at these price points, I didn't really want to add more because it would just increase my cost basis by so much. So I was kind of looking at some of the projects that we're going to build upon Neo. And this is Trinity Network Credit. Essentially what it is, it's a scaling solution for the Neo network. Trinity Protocol is an off-chain scaling scheme for Neo blockchain. By using state channel technology, Trinity achieves instant private payments for Neo users and further supports Neo dApps. So my kind of comparison to it would be it's a off-chain solution as a micro-scaling payment. So it'd be like similar to an XRP or the Stellar Lumens, to where you're going to be able to send transactions for, you can send $1. It's going to be almost free. It's going to be almost instant. And then it's going to also help scalability for the Neo network because all those transactions aren't going to have to occur on the Neo transactional protocol. So that's kind of what they're striving to do. Got their website over here. Kind of interesting. It's very new, guys, as well, but they do have 2,000 people currently working on the project, spread across development, marketing, and PR, and all this other stuff. So they do have a lot of people working on this project. TNC is the protocol fuel, so kind of like gas is used to run Neo, Ether is used to run the Ethereum platform, TNC is actually used to run the Trinity network, kind of like how Stellar is the protocol and Lumens is the actual token that's used on the protocol. They're kind of doing the same thing, but they're just striving to build it specifically for the Neo platform, which is used, number one, to pay the deposit for the state channel and the cost of fuel requisite for the channel establishment, and number two, to reward the participants in the Trinity network. Trinity's underlying communication layer provides the most fundamental asset flow and micropayments functions, which incurs no extra payment fee to users. So as of now, they're saying every single transaction is going to be completely free. Not the Bitcoin Cash Roger Ver that he says it's completely free and it actually cost you $5, but they're saying actually completely free. For TNC holders, Trinity will from time to time share with them TNC proceeds in mode of interest rate in a bid to motivate more to contribute to the Trinity network development. They didn't go a ton into this. I don't know if they're going to be doing a staking program where you earn 5% on it, or if they're going to do random airdrops to Trinity wallet holders. They don't have details on that yet. But it is nice to see that they do have a plan that you're going to have some residual income coming in, or some more TNC tokens coming in for holding their token. This one's definitely got my attention, guys. It's still very preliminary, but if you guys didn't know, Neo DevCon has been going on yesterday and today. Neo had a lot of good news, a lot of good meetings, and I believe tonight Trinity is doing their own, they're hosting their own conference, and they're doing a meetup at the Neo DevCon so that all the developers from each team can kind of get together, brainstorm, and see what's going on, as well as spread the word about Trinity as a side chain of Neo. The only downside I really had to this, they have the check mark for usefulness, reason. They're going to be built on Neo, which I like. They have 2,000 people working on the project, but the only downside is their white paper is still a draft. I mean, so that kind of tells you that the platform isn't exactly ready for use. They don't even have a working white paper right now. I know they do have a beta testnet available that people are working on. So really, it just depends whether they can follow through with what they're saying. Now, if Neo has agreed to bring them into the Neo DevCon and is associating with them and said, yeah, come on in, we'll do this, I mean, that leads me to believe that Neo believes that these guys can follow through with what they're doing. And if you have 2,000 people that have friends and family and they got to support them, I think they're not going to work on a project that they don't believe is going to happen. Obviously, they did do an ICO. They called it a public donation because since they're in China, ICO is kind of a taboo word, kind of illegal for compliance reasons. So they did a public donation offering to where people donated in order to get this token back in return. So we'll see what kind of happens with this. We'll see if Todd's got a chart over there. It's probably not much history since it was ICO phase. But I would definitely come over to their website, check out their Twitter, get some information. And if they can partner up with Neo, Neo's only going up, guys. I really like it for the long term. I think hopping on the Trinity Network credit bandwagon might be a good option. You can get in early and maybe see some really good returns. A lot of people were talking $5, $10 by the end of 2018. I'm not going to say that on record because that is like, what, 40x returns? But I mean, we talk about 10 bangers over here. I think this has a very good opportunity to become a 10 banger if Neo keeps doing what it's doing. So we'll see what Todd thinks about it over here on the TA side of things.
First, I'm going to bring up Litecoin. Somebody said I skipped that, which I did. Litecoin 162 kind of fell out of its triangle pattern as well. I mean, for me, I still think Ethereum's probably going to lead us out of here. Then Litecoin, Bitcoin, probably Neo will do well. I mean, those are the big names that I still think probably do well from here. And then I know somebody just talked about EOS. Let's bring up that chart. Nick is like that. I mean, he was talking there around 8. We went to 15, 15.5. We're back to 1061 on the low right now. So that one might be a chance down here to buy. And we got Bitcoin 98.37. That's the 1 hour. So won't take much to get down to that 9,200 and below level. So I still think that'll be a quick low, and we'll finally put some things together to the upside.
So I guess that answers the question about our title too. We'll hold above 10,000. There's your answer right there.
98.18 on the low.
Somebody said, what was it, the FUD? So I guess you guys showed up a little late. Shout out to the 285 people watching right now. We talked about the FUD being that U.S. regulators subpoenaed Bittrex and Tether, which we didn't find too important. The new rules for South Korea went into place to where the exchanges, you have to be a South Korean citizen, you have to have a registered bank account, and you have to be 18 or older. So that does put a little stipend on the markets because South Korea is so bullish on cryptos. So you're limiting the amount of people that can trade on those exchanges. So a little bearing, but shouldn't affect the long term. And then lastly, Facebook bans all ads for Bitcoin, ICOs, and other cryptocurrencies to protect their users. That's kind of a quick summary of that.
I got Wild BTC up here. Somebody just asked about on Cryptopia. That's the chart coming from Coinigy. So really low volume, and did perk up to start the year, and they've really been consolidating kind of tight here. So I mean, a good run on good volume and holding here, so that one might be all right. Let's look, see if I can bring up XBY. Somebody mentioning that. XBY BTC. Somewhat same type of chart. Stepped up on good volume and then getting really quiet here on really low volume. So I think some of these coins will be all right.
And then can you look at that?
Once we shake off
that TNC Trinity token.
Here's ENG BTC. Kind of falling out here. More like Ripple and OMG and some of these weaker coins. That one's not looking as good right here. TNC.
Yeah, that's the one that I just talked about. The Trinity one.
Only on Cryptopia. No, it's not on there.
I think it's on KuCoin.
All right.
If you guys aren't on KuCoin and Binance, I would try to get over there. We do have referral links in the description below if you want to use them. The KuCoin one doesn't give us any reward anymore. They kind of stopped that program since they got enough users that they can even handle. But you should still be able to click the link and get instantly verified over there. There's a lot of good coins going on those platforms that aren't going to be available on your Bittrex and your GDAX, obviously. And then with all the Bitfinex stuff going on, I don't have any of my money over on that exchange.
This is TNC on KuCoin. Be nice to have a little more track record there to say much. I mean, it's recovered here in the last few hours and holding the gain. So
I think that's because they're doing their meeting tonight. So they're meeting with a lot of the Neo developers and stuff. So they're kind of getting talked about. And
somebody asked about Binance Coinigy update. I do not have any. Coinigy says that's coming any day, but should I get tired of saying that?
Is it good to buy now? They are going down. I mean, we've been on dip for a while. I mean, you definitely should start laddering in. I'm not going to say blow all your cash right now, but now's as good a time to ever to get on some of these stronger coins that have been held back by BTC right now. Because all the stuff that's going on right now with this FUD, none of this FUD means anything to me. So, shaking out all the weak hands, I guess. We'll see what happens.
Is this a 1 hour? Is Populous POP? Because I do not know. I do not follow that coin. If that's POP, BTC 1 hour, downtrend, doesn't look too hot. Day traders on Wall Street has messed up the crypto sphere.
That's kind of true. I mean, we'll see what happens.
Doug for now, what's up? Says he's holding sub, ADA, BNB.
All at 2, 3, and 4x even after all this. That's doing well. That's why you hold.
I would keep those.
Another guy said, why does all the coins go down at once? Well, with this ecosystem, you kind of have BTC as the index. So all the other coins are kind of following the index or trying to beat the index. So if BTC's dumping, it's going to be really hard for anything else to continue upward. And then also BTC is the main trading pair on a lot of these exchanges as well.
And it's all emotions. Everyone's scared, so they're selling everything. Selling what they can to raise some cash.
Somebody wants to look at PPT, Populous coin.
PPT?
Looked at that one yesterday. It's the second day in a row it's been brought up, and I'm not really even too sure much about it. So I might need to look into that one.
Binance, PPT, BTC. Well, that one's good. This morning's sell-off didn't affect it, basically, and it's skating higher, so. Yeah, that's a hot coin. Don't know nothing about it, but that one looks extremely good.
Do you know any news on that
We talked about that yesterday. It had the spike ups here that I'd said looked like had to be some type of pump. But it's taken off for real now.
Somebody said, Nick, is ETH a hedge against Bitcoin? Well, I think ETH is a large cap coin. It's the number one. Ethereum really, if you separated down into all the cryptocurrencies into assets and currencies, Ethereum would be the number one asset, the number one protocol token, and BTC would be the number one currency. So I think you have to hold both of them because they're kind of two totally different coins in the way they're developed and what their purpose is. I think if you're talking about just a straight up hedge against BTC, we've talked about it with Bitcoin Cash. I'm not a big fan of it, but I do have about 5% of my portfolio in Bitcoin Cash as a hedge against Bitcoin. We'll see what happens with that. Hopefully with Lightning Network and all that stuff going on BTC, that won't even be a problem. And hopefully that 5% diversification goes against my favor. I wouldn't even mind that, honestly.
97.15.
Shout out to the 315 people watching right now. That's awesome. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Put some questions in there. We've kind of already gone over a couple coins. We've done the TA on the coins that we do all the time, and we've looked at a couple articles. So now we're just kind of looking to you guys for some questions and some answers we might be able to provide you to help you guys out here. How about ADA thoughts for 2018? I love IOHK and I love Charles Hoskinson. They're working on ADA, they're working on ETC, and they're partnershiped up with Zen. I do like ADA for the long term. I don't know when the roadmap's going to be kicked in. The reason being ADA is moving slow and methodically to make sure they get everything right, which is a great thing. But at the same time, they're not producing that much. So I like it for the long term, but it's already number 5 on the coin market cap. I don't know how much instant upside you're going to have. If you're willing to get, maybe a 2, 3, 4x rather than trying to find this Tron 10x, then I like Cardano for the long term for sure. It just really depends on what you're trying to do.
Trying to break down a little bit here on the 1 hour chart. Still holding above this low here, but definitely some selling coming in, obviously, with Bitcoin at 9,700.
We've already kind of talked about why the market is crashing if you want to go back and watch it in the beginning, or we talked about it like 10 minutes ago. Somebody said, have you guys already covered ICX? Do you want to look at that chart over there?
ICX? Yeah,
we have talked about ICX, Aeon, and the Yuan Chain partnership pretty heavily on this show. I like them all. I'm going to be owning them all.
ICX BTC, we've said, has been a strong one. It continues. I mean, even Bitcoin and some of these coins aren't really dragging anything down. They're holding really well. So that one's holding gains incredibly well. That should be going higher, especially if we get Bitcoin to dig in somewhere down here.
Somebody asked me about Dash. I mean, I'm a long-term believer in Dash. They have a ton of money to spend on marketing. I know they're not fully decentralized, which is kind of a no-no for some people here. But they got a couple confidential groups I'm in. Both are on Dash for the long term. I found Dash when it was about $100 to $120 and liked it based on what I was seeing with what they're doing with their marketing and their vision. They have a ton of money to spend on marketing, PR, and development, and they have signed a 3-year payment processing agreement with a pretty large marijuana industry company to try to be a payment solution, since the federal government and the state governments don't have the same laws and they can't put the money in the banks. They're trying to do digital currency, and that way they don't have to have a vault full of cash sitting in the back room all the time. So that's a 3-year non-compete agreement they signed there, so we'll see what happens with that as well. I am long-term on Dash. What's the current price of Dash? It's probably like 50% off the all-time highs. Even more than that, it's $660 right now.
Somebody asked about NBT and fun and game. Let me go to NBT. BTC is holding up well here. It looks like there's some good green bars down here on volume. That one might get exciting and get up here, get above these previous highs, which were all spike highs. I would say that one's digging in. I'd be looking at that one to continue higher.
I've heard about Vivo. I'll kind of dig deeper on it. I know it's only available on Cryptopia right now. I'm not on Cryptopia.
Here's fun, F-U-N. Not much fun today, especially last 12 hours or so. Coming back to support probably at that 53-cent level, possibly in the 60.
Yeah,
game.
That Dash Cannabis news is dated. They were just kind of wanting an overview on it, and those are kind of all the reasons why I think that it can have success in the future, because it has multiple outlets and multiple different things going on. So if the cannabis thing fails, say the federal government changes the law, they still have a different direction they can immediately go to try and continue to be successful. They're not locked in only to the cannabis sector.
Here's game back to previous support. I'd say at 28,000 or so here, spiking those lows again. So I think everything's still coming back down to buy ranges. So
people want to look at Ubic and Decred.
Ubic and Decred. Here's Decred, US dollar at 90. Been doing very well. We had support back down here before at the 50 level. We did spike that. We spiked it down to 66, but that one still looks good longer term, like we've been talking about. So can't complain with that one.
Somebody said, hello, I just started watching you. What do you think about the Bitcoin drop? Quick drop and quick grow? Question mark. Cause that's what it looks like to me. Because that's what it looks like.
I would buy this break. XLM, I'd buy that break. Verge, probably as well. Here's UBQ.
Let's run a quick disclaimer after we're telling everybody to buy all this stuff.
There is a high degree of risk involved in trading cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns. Thank you.
People are saying you buying BTC. I mean, I don't know what the bottom is, guy. Nobody knows what the bottom is. I've spent all my remaining USD and USD Tether today. I purchased some of my core holdings that we've talked about on here with Litecoin and Ethereum and all those. And then over on KuCoin, I actually purchased some Dragon. I purchased some Trinity, and then added some more KuCoin shares to my bag as well. So I'm buying some of these dips. I've spent all my remaining USD and USD Tether right here. I think we got to start breaking to the upside at some point. It could go lower. I could be wrong. I mean, I know Todd hasn't spent all the PCG USD Tether. He's got to be a little more conservative and keep trying to nibble when it presents itself. But I just saw a good buying opportunity on some of these coins. So
I'm pretty well invested here as well. So yep. I'm getting hurt here first time since this channel started. So 422 on Ubic. Pulling back somewhat sharply here in the last day or so. That's a coin that I think we still like. And Nick has liked it. So that's one we're going to look to still pick up here.
Somebody said, are you guys not worried about ever having Tether? We've kind of talked about that, and you're going to have some risk there, but I'm not worried about it at this time. I think that's all FUD, and the subpoena happened over a month ago. So
I'm not worried about Tether at all.
They wouldn't have printed more Tether while they had a subpoena if they didn't feel like that they had a good audit or something, because that would be even adding on to the pile of the subpoena.
I don't think people understand how Tether works good enough to be commenting about it.
Shout out to whoever just subscribed. I didn't see it. It went across the screen too fast, but thanks. Appreciate it, guys. Oh, Christopher Baggett. Shout out to you.
Ethereum will lead us, forget BTC. I won't argue with that. I agree Ethereum is the percent gainer from here. That's a bigger gainer than Bitcoin, I believe.
Vergecoin says the market is down because most exchanges stop new registration. Please address the issue. Yeah, I think a lot of these exchanges are trying to do all they can. Even KuCoin doesn't have a like referral link and invitation bonus anymore because they're getting as many people as they can handle over there. I think, yeah, if they had more registrations, you might get more money involved, but then you're going to have less security on the exchanges, less functioning exchanges. So I think they're doing the best that they can over there with what they got.
What financial advisor knows anything about crypto? I don't understand that comment. Roger. XLM cup and handle. I've got the XLM USD, XLM BTC. You're probably looking at the XLM BTC for a cup and handle. I don't really trade cup and handles, but I would agree that that's probably what that is. It fits into some of my thinking on the chart patterns like that. Or you could call it a triangle, that, like Ethereum, that's had its one wave and two-wave pullback. I'm probably myself thinking more of it.
One Mad Fish said,
more of a triangle here.
Have you looked into Bitcore? No, I have not. I mean, what is it, like a Bitcoin fork that went under the radar is what it looks like to me. Somebody wants to look at Tron as well.
Mark D says, market will be much healthier when Bitcoin is out of top 10 in the next 3 months. Mark this post.
I don't know about that, Mark. They got the most developers out of any project. They've been around the longest.
Then you wake up one day and Tether is gone. Well, I'll tell you what, if you think you wake up one day and Tether's gone, I probably would guess you shouldn't own any cryptocurrency, because they're going to beat the crap out of everything if Tether goes under.
Yeah, if Tether goes to zero, everything is going down.
Yeah, we're going to have 50 to 80% corrections. So, and if I thought that, I'd be out of every coin. But like I said, I don't agree with that. And if I'm the financial advisor you're talking about, all right.
What's a good coin to this a grand in right now? Well, first of all, I don't know what your whole portfolio is, so I can't really comment on that. Second of all, we're not really giving financial advice. And if you only had $1,000 total, I would not put all your eggs in one basket. I would kind of spread that out. If you watch all of our episodes, you'll know the coins that we like and the coins that we're thinking about. You got to make that decision on your own.
If you're looking to, to hit 300% and 400% gains here, you're going to have 50% corrections. So I don't think this is out of norm, but definitely hurts. It definitely hurts if you didn't buy right. So.
Bitcoin said, did Bitcoin fall 50% in previous years, or is this the first time? It's had an 80% correction before, so this is not the first time. That's why me and Todd are pretty calm over here. This isn't the first rodeo. You got to ride the ups and downs. If you want to...
If you want the big gains, you got to take the big pullbacks.
Exactly. I mean, if you look on the bigger picture for the year that Bitcoin has had, it is still... You're still immensely up right now. You're buying Bitcoin for under $1,000 at the beginning of 2017. So...
All right, I've given up quite a few gains, but I guess I'm still looking more longer term, and I think that we're putting in some big lows here. So I haven't done it, but at some point I'm going to put out an alert that if you got any money laying around or extra or in stocks, you better take it over to cryptos.
Shout out to Christy C for subscribing. Appreciate it, guys.
Somewhere here you're going to want to worry about adding more money versus the losses that you have. And that hurts, and that's hard to do, but...
Yeah, Miguel, we've pulled up that chart. The past 3 years, and at the beginning and end of January, there has been substantial drops-offs in BTC and therefore the whole crypto market. And then in the past 3 years, it all started coming back early February. So we'll see if that trend continues. I know everybody in here wants that trend to continue because these 2 weeks of red is starting to starting to hurt some people, starting to ruin some feelings, I think.
EOS, Nick likes. And like I said, I'll say it again. At some point here, I'm probably going to send out a blast, or we're going to do it here. I mean, at some point you need to, if you got any money laying around, you need to add it. If you got any stocks you're not happy with, I'd sell them now, and I'd add money to cryptos. So I think the stock markets are going to have money pulled out of them starting from here. I think today is the start of something on the downside for stocks, probably.
There's Jared. He jumped out of all of his cryptos.
I'd be getting ready to jump back in. Noobs are funny.
Mark D said the market will reward the 10 coins being...
I wish it wasn't such a business channel now, because I'd like to do the buy the dip video.
Yeah, that's funny.
Because We need that dude just telling us to buy the dip.
This guy's asking about the futures market. If you want to kind of talk to him,
I mean, the futures have been had buying behind it, so I don't think you can't blame the ups and downs. I don't think on the futures market. So buy the course at Learn Crypto. Learn the must-have knowledge to survive the crypto markets. Shout out to Nate. Kids with no prior stock market
Adam
experience.
saying, guys sell all crypto. Trump just signed executive order banning owning crypto in the U.S. China banned Ether. It's all over, fam. Sell. I think I'm going to keep holding. And one country banning something isn't going to put at the end. That happened with Bitcoin.
And Adam doesn't have a wrench, so we're not going to listen to Adam tonight. Till he gets a wrench.
Hey, you could be right. But I know China banned Bitcoin. That did nothing but make it stronger. This is a global currency. All these currencies are global peer-to-peer decentralized currencies, so I'm not worried about it. Buy the crypto course. We do have a cryptocurrency trading course over on learncrypto.io. We got about 900 people who have completed the course and got their certificate, and I'm sure there's other people that are still taking the course. You will become part of a private chat group as well for all the students. So if you want to check it out and see some more information, it's in the description below. Those of you who came in late, because I know there's 350 people watching now, we do a red coin giveaway. Every Friday we're going to be doing it, so make sure to comment after this video is over. You can say whatever you would like, just have your Twitter handle in there. So when I choose a winner, I can send you some red coin with the Tip Red Coin bot over on Twitter. So if you want to enter to win that, you can comment on any of these videos at any time up to Friday, and then we'll do a drawing, one winner from each of these videos, Monday through Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, all the time.
Hey, Roger, I agree with you, Roger Ripple. I mean, most financial advisors are not allowed to talk about crypto, and their firms are not allowing it. So we're actually getting invited in to talk to some firms about crypto because they've told their clients, don't do it. You know, we know nothing. We don't recommend it. Now the clients are going to go without them if they don't start recommending it. So shout out to Rye Sweeney. He just sent over some business cards for Learn Crypto. He's once done all of our visuals, and he just did some kick butt business cards.
Ronnie says, trading for BTC has helped me accumulate more BTC during this crash. It gave me a decent chance to get out of shit coins like Tron, still manage a 300% gain to BTC. Shout out to you. I know when I do swing trades on the coins I like, I try to get my initial coins back or add to the bag a little bit, and then any profits I just usually put in BTC. So that's kind of my approach too.
Shout out to Fresh to Salt. I wish I was at your place getting a big old ribeye. It's Ripple to buy. I think Ripple's a more poor performer here. It'll bounce, I'm sure, and could have a good percent gains, but that wouldn't be my first pick.
David says, as your senior newbie, I've been through all this BS before. Don't panic. Hold and go watch the sunset. Go fishing. Crypto's here to stay. I kind of say that too. Stop refreshing your screen all the time, guys. Go get a workout in. Go get your mind off the markets. You have the bags that you want to hold. You have the 30% or whatever that you might want to actively trade. And just do your thing. Once you start staring at the screen too much, you're going to make worse trades. Right. You're going to make worse decisions.
And I will say, I mean, I'm having no fun here with PCG, but also people think I'm really getting bombarded, blah, blah, blah. And I'd have to say anybody that's been a client of mine for the last 2 or 3 or more months, they're not panicking on anything.
Yeah, Ozzy even said it too. Smart money seems to like a lot of cryptos and coins. Nobody's banning anything. They want their piece. I mean, we're seeing a lot more companies creating partnerships with a lot of these coins. I mean, they're trying to figure out how to integrate blockchain in their systems, how they can make their systems more efficient and make some more money.
I'd do a cruise and teach the course in person.
Yeah.
If I could get away like that, I'd have to have really good internet. But yeah, I mean, and the problem is, you know, the course, our Wyckoff course, and I've went over this before, teaches to use stops, etc. But when you're trying to catch, I think, the possible gains in cryptos here, it's extremely hard to use some stops because if this thing gets into high gear again, you know, the gains could be really good from here. So,
did you see Jeremy's message? More FUD. A fart can drop the market by 10% nowadays. I wish I had the soundboard hooked up. I'd definitely play the fart sound right now. Shout out to Jared Thompson for subscribing. That's awesome, man. We have 362 people watching right now. I hope you guys go back and pick up the beginning of the episode because we had some good information on Walton Coin, Trinity Coin, some TA on the charts. We talked about the red coin giveaway, and then we've gone over coins in the past. Over the past 8 episodes, I think we've done fundamentals on 10 coins. So go back and watch all those videos, like all those videos, comment and ask questions, and we'll get back to you.
One coin to buy right now, I'd buy Ethereum. If I had to buy one coin.
Yeah, Todd's really big on Ethereum and thinks it's really going to lead the next bull run, which I'm not going to really argue with.
It's acting well here.
Yeah, for this year, I like protocol coins and I like privacy coins. I've been talking about that. Those are the 2 sectors that I'm really honing in on, and the 2 sectors that I'm really investing in hard right now.
And there'll be some big gains out of some of those smaller coins for sure. They probably could outpace Ethereum, but I think for somebody new and not wanting to take huge risk, even though there's large risk in any of these coins, but I think Ethereum would give you the good gains without tremendous risk.
Shout out to Christy.
I heard that JP Morgan news. I don't know whether I saw that where they said
Ripple does have a ton of news coming out. The problem
the Ripple
is,
effect.
like we've talked about it before, you can run the Ripple platform without using the XRP token. And with that being said, that means the XRP token has a lot less value proposition than some of these other protocol tokens or micropayment tokens. Like Stellar, or you have to use the Lumens to run the Stellar, or even like if Trinity works their things out, that can be a side chain of Neo. So, I mean, and you have to use the TNC token to run that platform. XRP was made that you can run the protocol without even using the XRP token. And they're essentially just giving out XRP to partners and banks in order for them to be like, yeah, we're doing this partnership, we're supporting this coin. I mean, I don't know, guys. We also had CNBC trying to sell it to you guys at $3.25. I hope you didn't buy it because we're down to $1. I'm sure there's still chances to make some gains here and there, but me personally, I'm not a big fan of Ripple at this point in time.
We talked about the Cred, Taj. That one looks holding very well here. I think that's still a good coin moving forward. So, 91.29. That thing has held gains incredibly well. I would buy that or own that one as well.
I have looked a little bit into Deep Onion D and RZ. I do own a little bit. I think I own like 50 of them or something.
2 glasses of Irish whiskey and a beer, and I'm ready to trade.
Brian's wondering if we're liking Neo at this price. Yes, I am. I like Neo at yesterday's price because for the long scheme of things, $20 isn't going to make that big of a difference. I like Neo. I think they have a lot of things coming, and you can also stake it to earn residual gas, whatever that is, 4 or 5% a year of gas. So,
OMG is not one of my main picks, but I would think, I mean, the high was 29. I would have to think by the end of the year it's at new highs at least. Lisk, one I was on before. Nick likes that here. Lisk USD. Supports 20.
Said I have to look at Pillar next, but I kind of have to because he called me the Hitman. Shout out to Mr. Zan2000, just subscribed. If you guys don't know, we do pork blasters on the show. That's Todd Father over there. I'm the Hitman, and we're doing our thing. It's kind of what the community has named us.
Right. Hitman Hellman. Well, guys, it's going on an hour, and I'm tired and hungry, which I am every day at this time.
Oh, my gosh.
My days get really screwed up, and all I do is sit around here and work.
Thanks for coming out, guys. Get your questions ready. Get the coins you want us to look at ready. We'll be here tomorrow at 6:30, hopefully. We might have a business meeting, so that might change. We can't really go into details on that.
A couple people flying in.
Yeah, we got a couple
Forgot
people
when
flying
that works.
in, so we'll see. We don't want to really give it too much information, but we'll let you know the timing on that. Even if that's not going to work out, we might pop on just for 5 minutes to let you know that that's what's going on, and we'll go from there. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Check out our cryptocurrency trading course. Check out cryptopcg.com. And don't forget to comment below with your Twitter handle so you can win some red coin.
And please like and subscribe.
Peace.
Hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you got to be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck. Everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard. Play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.